spotted Bigfoot, and this isn't the first time. The legend continues.
This thing was approximately 3.5, 4 feet wide, 6, 7 foot tall.
Tree we found, several tracks, real large, way larger than a human.
I looked off towards the woods, and I saw these 2 long legs moving at the edge of the timber.
It is a mixture of ape and human characteristics.
8 to 10 foot, hairy man-looking person.
It walked with a glide, and then it reached an arm out and kind of touched the tree as it walked by.
Here one was in the presence of something quite unknown.
Never in my lifetime did I ever think that I was going to run into something like that.
We need something more. The accounts of eyewitnesses today.
You've heard the legends. Now, hear the real stories firsthand. It's Bigfoot, the podcast.
Welcome to Bigfoot, the podcast. I'm your host, Gwen Purcell. I'm in the studio today with Ben Willis, my co-host.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Glad to be back with you.
I know, it's been a while.
Hey, I got to tell you something.
Shoot.
After a discussion last month,
Yeah.
you mentioned, after we were done, that you have a arsenal, you kind of described, of glow sticks.
400 to be exact.
That you carry with you just in case you need to have something to chuck out into the distance to see if something bumps it. So the only thing I can picture after that is that somewhere out there in the middle of the woods, there could very well be a Bigfoot, a Sasquatch, throwing a rave in the dead of night. Just
Highly possible. Highly possible. I want to be in on that. I'm just saying.
That needs to be a t-shirt.
If I see glowing lights coming out of the woods, you bet your ass I'm heading right for it.
They're spinning and there's paint on their face with a pacifier.
That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. I got to tell you, Ben, I did something for our listeners.
Yes.
I turned on fan mail.
Ooh, interesting.
So, if you have a story to share and would like to share it on the show, send us a text by clicking the link in the show notes and let us know. And you might become a guest on the show.
And of course, they're listening right now. But just to remind everyone, the site that they go to is
gotknockers.org.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got a guest.
We do. My dear friend, Jeff Anderson, is joining us today. Hey, Jeff.
Hello. How are we doing today?
Oh, we're doing great. How are you?
Oh, better now.
Oh. So, Jeff.
Yes.
Last month after our last show, I was telling Ben a little bit about your really creepy, almost horror story.
I cannot wait to hear
Which
this one.
Which one? I can tell we're going to be having you back multiple times, Jeff.
I got 20-something years of them.
I know. 20 years. That's a long time and a lot of stories. You have shared with me on several occasions, and I love this story, because it's freaking crazy, the experience that you had with the deer.
Oh, the deer, that's the top of the cake.
I knew it.
That was scary.
Okay, you have piqued my interest because deer are inherently creepy.
Well, they're even creepier when they're 30 feet up in a tree.
Excuse me? Like standing there? Climbing the tree?
Parts of it.
Oh, parts of it. Okay, parts of a deer. Okay.
We were out riding dirt roads. Well, not when we shouldn't have been. It was snowmobile trails. And we were the only vehicle out there. There was a couple people with us, but there was no snowmobiles, no nothing out. And we're coming down what is normally a dirt road, and it's all ice. Happen to look in front of us, and we see a blood smear. Couldn't figure out what it was. So we stopped, got out and looked, and here it was a heart.
just laying there.
And we got looking around more, and we found the deer in a pull-off. but it was beheaded, which we thought was maybe poachers, but there's no vehicles up there. And we look around up in a tree, probably 30 feet up, and there was parts of the deer hanging from tree branches.
Just parts.
Yeah, blood and parts.
Oh my gosh. What?
I told you, Ben, this is a really crazy story. Because what animal does that? I mean, big cats.
Well, yeah, big. But
will drag a deer up into the trees, but we don't have lions and tigers here.
Well, they're trying. They're trying to bring back the mountain lion officially. But yeah, I don't think a big cat would impale something on a tree necessarily.
No, there was no prints, no nothing. I mean, it was just probably the creepiest thing I have ever seen.
Oh my gosh.
Now, was there snow on the ground, Jeff?
I was just thinking that.
Yes, there was snow and ice. And like I said, there was nobody else up there because we were breaking trail. So it's not like anybody was up there and shot this deer and took off. There was no tracks, at all.
So not only dismembered, beheaded, disemboweled, and then spread over the length of a tree.
It was up high.
Oh my gosh.
Ben is our resident skeptic. He's not real sure about this Bigfoot stuff. So
I'm trying to think, like, come to like what could be. Again, well, like you said, big cat would be like the logical explanation,
right?
But a big cat wouldn't just rip something to shreds and leave it there.
No,
they'd eat it,
especially the heart.
Yeah, that's an important piece of meat.
And you could see where that was thrown, and it slid across the ice. I mean, you could see like the blood, how it just kind of shows the slide marks.
And we're talking fresh blood, right, Jeff?
Yes.
This was fresh, like dripping. Which makes it even more creepier.
Because it was near you at some point.
Probably rolled up on it.
We surprised it
just after, I would imagine.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was, we have pictures of it someplace. But do you think we could find it to give proof? We can't.
That's incredible.
But it was just, we still talk about that every time we go past that area.
Now, in your 20-some years of experience, Jeff, what is this to you?
Yes. That was the first time I've ever had anything like that. I've had encounters with dogmen, puckwedgies, all that good stuff, and Bigfoot, and I've never seen anything like that.
This puts you on edge to hear stories like this.
Mm-hmm. I told you this was going to be a good one because this is creepy.
I'm trying to wrap my brain around it, and it doesn't want to.
Right.
Quite frankly.
And it happens all the time because you tell people that, and everybody's like, no way. And I'm like, well, I got nothing to gain. Why would I lie about it?
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, that's just it. It's like here's the thing that happened out in the woods. To what end? Or even if some nutter was out there messing around and throwing deer parts around, to what end?
Right. And why did they leave tracks? I mean, there's no footprints, no tracks on the
there was nothing
ground.
there. I mean, it was clear. There was no signs of even a snowmobile coming down that trail.
So nothing with wheels had been in the area?
Nope.
Were there any footprints anywhere?
Any footprints.
No footprints either.
We were the only ones that show the footprints when we got there.
I'll tell you what, I can't wait until our coworker here at the station, Nikki hears this because she loves stories about deer. I'll tell you what.
I'm not sure she's going to like this story.
She's not going to like this one.
Yeah, like I said, after all these years of doing it, this was probably one of the main ones that sticks out every time you talk about it.
Well, here's a question for you. What kind of impression did that leave you with after having discovered that scene?
Oh, well, didn't really think anything about it until we got researching it more and seeing that how Bigfoot kill their prey, swinging it around their head or whatever, and that's when it set in. It's like, wow, we just came upon a meal.
Probably interrupting it.
Yeah, I think that's why they threw that at us. I mean, we just missed it. You know, they're not going to waste the heart. They're going to want to finish that because that's protein or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to take a moment and expand upon this method idea. So, because I know that there are some farmers who swear by grabbing a chicken by a neck and tossing it around your head and smacking on the ground. Is this what we're kind of talking about, except on the scale of a deer?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like if you look it up about Bigfoot, they'll spin it around their head and that'll kind of, make them dizzy or whatever, and then they'll just snap them.
Just like that.
Yep. You figure a 200-pound deer on something's shoulders, or even something that could spin around a deer with enough force to get that 30 feet in the air.
It's incredible.
Well, yeah, I don't know if I could throw practically a rock 30 feet up in a tree with good aim. Quite honestly.
But to hold a 200-pound deer over your head,
yeah,
and swing it,
or like crack it over your shoulders.
I think it's human impossible.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's kind of where I'm coming from, because I'm coming from a human scale concept.
Right.
Like, this is like, okay, well, but what if? What if you scaled everything up by half an order of magnitude? Then what's possible?
Right.
And that's a little terrifying.
Absolutely.
We've tried to what if 100 different times and trying to make up some reason that this happened, and every time we can't come up with an answer.
It's an incredible story. Like, if I were to come across that scene, and I'm a hunter, I think I would freak the hell out. I think I would be freaked out.
I'm a hunter too, but I'm also a dumbass because I was the first one out of the truck looking at all this stuff. Got my hands all over it, and everybody's got the truck locked, and something comes at me, I'm SOL, you know. There I sit.
Oh my gosh!
You just first when you started describing, I'm like, oh, this is some Blair Witch level crap here, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
That area is all creepy up there. That connects to where we were at, Gwen.
Okay. Where we are going back to in July.
Ooh, we got an expedition coming up.
We have an expedition coming up in July, and we're actually going to be very close to where he had this experience.
Oh my God. So I gather this is what you would call like an active area.
This is an active research area. Okay. Yeah. We were actually up there in September, and then we're going back in July.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
exciting.
It's a crazy area. Up there they have everything from the rake to the dog man, Bigfoot, UFOs, orbs, everything.
Allegheny National Forest.
Oh, yep. Yes.
Does not disappoint.
The old growth.
Yes.
I have been there.
Very crazy area.
It is, I will agree, it is imposing to walk into those woods.
It is. It is absolutely. And in fact, this past September when we were up there, we had sat a 5-gallon bucket of apples out in the middle of the road, kind of away from the camping area, but where we could see it. And for 2 whole nights, nothing touched that bucket of apples. Not a bear, not a deer, nothing.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's tempting fate with the bears.
And the second night we were there, I dumped our leftover dinner over top of it, which was hamburgers and potatoes. And still nothing touched that bucket. Which was, to me,
no predators,
the
no scavengers.
absence of something to me speaks just as many volumes as, something actually being there.
Huh.
So the absence of no animal coming out there and being like, hey, nice free meal. Nothing.
Now, that is bizarre.
That is very bizarre. That's how crazy this area is.
With us in July then.
Yeah, Ben, you should come with us.
I'm tempted to. I am honestly tempted to just to tag along and say, hey, at least I looked over someone's shoulder. I'm cowering back behind a tree.
Lock himself in the car.
Yeah, there we go. It's like, I do not want to be Blair Witch.
We don't either.
I'm all up for going out with Bigfoot and everything else, but that Blair Witch shit, I'll go home.
Right?
That ain't going to happen for me.
Yeah. I lived in Maryland, not far from that whole Blair Witch stuff. I've never been there. And nor do I want to go there. I would rather go in the woods after Bigfoot.
I think that speaks volumes.
Than to go to the Blair Witch Project area. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
no thanks.
That's not right.
No.
That stuff shouldn't even be happening.
No, never. Should never happen.
Well,
but
Jeff,
I mean, we also had up there, I've had my own personal Dogman experience up there.
Dogman?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I'd have saved all the notes I had from years ago and my garage didn't burn, I would have them, but we could have written, I don't know how many books.
Oh, wow.
I gotta be honest, I am not familiar with Dogman.
Well, that actually made me cry, literally, at the campsite when I seen it.
Oh, my Lord.
It just hit me that hard. It was like looking at my golden retriever 30 yards down the road, standing on its hind legs, trying to get me to come for a walk.
Oh, no. Oh, literally chills down my spine right now.
Not happening.
That is a huge nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
still
want to
come?
Area.
No. No, I think I'm
like, still want to come join us,
skip
Ben?
this one.
No,
No,
come on.
No.
No sense of adventure.
Not at the Dogman. It is a possibility.
Well, right down the road from where we're camping,
right.
there was pictures of a rake.
Yeah, there was.
Oh, my gosh.
Right.
And not one that you're out in your yard doing yard work with.
No, not that kind of rake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I wouldn't worry about. But this one, creepy.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, can you describe that one?
I don't even know how to explain it.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, you'd have to see a picture of it to even get a grip on what we're talking about.
Very creepy. And evil.
Yes.
There is nothing good about the rake. It's not going to come have a beer with you by the fire.
You can stay at that site. Tell us what you hear.
Right?
Oh.
Ben's like, nope, I'm out. I'm not coming.
I wouldn't do that to you. No.
He's like, I'll listen to your audio when you come back.
Yes, you get some good tape, and I will digest it that way.
Well, if you love listening to this podcast, please click the link in the show notes and let us know, and we would love to hear from you.
Alternately, email.
Email, yep. At gotknockers@gmail.com.
There you go.
And on the website, there is a contact form at gotknockers.org.
Easy. Lots of ways to contact.
Easy. Lots of ways to contact us. Absolutely.
And Jeff, if anyone wants to find out more about some of your experiences, do you have anything up on the webs?
I had to have my 18-year-old son set up my iPhone. I have a phone number. That's it.
Jeff will be joining me on my other podcast because I do have another podcast that's an hour plus live show in July.
Oh, fun.
July 3rd, to be exact. So if you want to hear more stories from Jeff, we will be there on July 3rd, but I'm sure we're going to have Jeff back here.
Oh my
20
gosh.
plus years of experiences. He's got stories.
This was not enough time.
This was not enough time. He's got some tremendous stories.
Oh my gosh.
Stories. Yeah. Very, very good close friend of mine. So he will be back. Thank you for joining us, Jeff, today.
Thank you for having me, guys.
And thank you for terrifying me on this afternoon. I'm looking forward to the next time.
Daylight. You're okay.
Just don't go outside after dark.
Yeah, wear your boots. Or your running shoes, not your boots.
Well, we love having you here with us. And if you enjoy listening, tune in next month. I'm not really sure who the guest is going to be yet. It's going to be a surprise.
Surprise guest.
Surprise guest.
You'll have to find out. Have to listen to find out.
Absolutely. Have a wonderful night.
Bigfoot, the podcast. Listen wherever podcasts are available and at gotknockers.org.